adults may be among the most vulnerable victims when hurricanes strike. That's why the local Homestead Senior Care Office has developed a disaster safety preparation checklist designed to help keep seniors safe in the event of an impending storm. Joining me now to discuss the special precautions needed when preparing seniors for weather emergencies is Stacy English with Homestead. Stacy, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Well, y'all have really, it is that time of year, unfortunately.
Yes,
we always hope that we have a little safe year, and hopefully this one will be the same, but it is always good to plan ahead, obviously. Before we get into this checklist that you guys have come up with, tell us a little bit about Homestead.
Homestead is a non-medical company that provides companionship, homemaking, and personal care services to seniors wherever they may live. So it is just a way to keep them more independent.
Mm-hmm. So for family members to get some additional help, or maybe family members don't live in town, so it's a way to get someone to help and keep that person at home, like you say.
Absolutely, respite care, yes.
Yes. Now, what areas of the area do you service?
We service all of Escambia and Santa Rosa counties, and that is our Pensacola office. However, we are a franchise of about 800 offices worldwide.
Okay, great, great. So what are some of the concerns that this probably came about through some conversations with family members? What are some concerns that family members or seniors have when they come and talk to y'all about, is this the right service for me?
Well, a lot of times, they're just concerned about, having someone in their home, and they think about, having caregivers coming in and taking care of services to keep them more independent. And a lot of times it is a family affair. They make decisions together, and it's a way to, keep families together, but then again, to keep seniors independent.
Great. Well, we appreciate all that y'all do in that area. So let's talk about this checklist. Why do y'all feel it's important, especially seniors, plan? It's important for everyone to plan, but why seniors may need to plan ahead differently or earlier?
Yeah, it is important for them to prepare. Of course, people are always going to get panicky whenever a disaster strikes, but if you prepare, then sometimes the panicky feelings, aren't as intense. But as for us at Homestead, we do like to know what their plan is, because in a way we kind of are responsible for them. Whenever Hurricane Ivan hit, we had to make sure we call every client and caregiver to find out what their plan was. And we even had some caregivers that took in some of our clients to their homes. Some of them even took them out of town on their evacuation routes. Every new client that we get, we have them fill out paperwork to find out they need a special needs shelter. So we do have to make sure that they have a plan, not only for their safety, but of course, as a business, we have to make sure that that we're responsible for them.
Well, great. I appreciate you all taking that extra step. Well, how can we're going to go through this list here as we talked about, but how can someone get a copy of this checklist?
Well, they can call our office. They can also look on our website, and another way is on our Facebook page. We do have that under the notes column on our Facebook page. Okay,
so let's talk about some of these, and you can kind of expand a little bit. First one on the checklist is tune in. What does this mean?
Well, just stay up to date on what's going on in your local community. You can get in touch with your local emergency management office to find out what disasters are likely to strike in your area. But of course, to find out if there is a disaster that's happened, what precautions that you need to take.
Okay, we'll put in a plug for our folks here at WWF.
Yes.
Public radio was great during Ivan, and they provide us a great service of help telling people what's going on.
Absolutely.
What about take stock?
Well, decide if your senior decide what's going to help them in their evacuation plan. For example, if someone is in a wheelchair, find out what is going to happen in their evacuation plan. So it's just thinking about what is going to help them accommodate that wheelchair.
So you're taking stock not only of what you need to do, but what challenges you may have. It's just a total assessment.
Absolutely.
Okay, so to go or to stay is the next one. That's always a tough question.
It is.
Why should seniors maybe think about this early on?
Well, for seniors, they really need to think about to go sooner rather than later. And a lot of that is just because if they wait too long, they're going to be unable to they may be unable to leave if they require assistance. And so that's what we have to make sure that they understand is that, if they have an evacuation plan, they need to go ahead and leave as soon as possible.
Right. There's more help available.
Yes.
If they,
yes.
Want to go sooner rather than later. And you talked about, you always want to make sure that your clients have a plan. How should people make that plan? Who should be involved in that decision? How does that process?
Well, anybody that's involved in their life. It can be family, friends, professional caregiving companies, anyone that's involved with them. They should get together and make a plan together.
Okay. And more than one way out. That's kind of interesting. I thought that was a good one. Yeah,
this one is a good one. Seniors should really try to plan 2 escape routes, and the first one is an escape route out of their house. The second one is out of their community, and they can contact their local emergency management office to get an escape route out of the community.
Okay, and then I guess that once we get out, we need to meet up. So
yes.
That's pretty much what it sounds like,
yeah.
huh? So to find a place where people are going to gather, or at least all call into the same place. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. They can. They need to get a network of people. So, for example, like their family or friends or their neighbors, and first place, try to meet up outside the house, and then of course to meet up somewhere outside the neighborhood, just to make sure that they're safe, and of course, that their plan is still going smoothly.
Okay. And then you talk about a get up and go kit, and I guess that is part of planning all this, is having those items together.
Yes.
What do you recommend, especially for seniors?
Well, they need to make sure that they have at least 3 days of non-perishable foods and water, and that pretty much goes along with everybody. Bring bottled water, and don't forget blankets or things such as toilet paper.
But what about like medications and some of these things or copies of prescriptions, some of these things that a senior may need to think about a little bit more than, say, maybe someone else?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually the next one talks about packing extras and copies, and that's really where we get a little bit more in depth into making sure that they have all their supplies, such as their medication, copies of their insurance, of their driver's license, making sure that they have checks with them, their bank account numbers. They need to make sure that they have all their paperwork in place.
Okay, yeah, that is really good to have. And the contact list.
It can be as simple as your family and friends, but also try to get their doctors on the list as well. That's
great information. So, and if they can't be there, or a family member can't be there, what's your advice on helping this person make this decision, or kind of what goes with this item on the checklist?
A close neighbor, or professional caregiving company, or if they have any friends. So just trying to get that network of people back together and making sure that they can take care of the senior if you can't be there.
Okay. And we even have a program at the Council on Aging where we have volunteers that will sign up to communicate with seniors in their area and be their liaison with some information. So that's something that we're doing as well. So we hope everybody's working toward the same goal of keeping our seniors safe. So one last time, remind us your phone number in case someone would like to request a copy.
Okay, it's 850-477-1947.
Stacy, thank you very much. It's a great checklist and very timely. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.